This video will focus primarily on Georgia's run game. A lot of GT counter, we'll see that here out of ace formation. Ace formation, we got a tight end in line to either side. Notice we have two receivers to the field. Both these tight ends have to be accounted for in the run game as blockers, but also as receivers. Hopefully I'll do an okay job through this video trying to illustrate how Monken uses the backside tight end to occupy or block the end man on the line of scrimmage away from the play. There are some very athletic defensive ends, particularly in the AFC North, and a lot of these teams are coached to chase these pulls. GT counter, we're pulling the guard and the tackle. In this case, the tight end's job is very simple. He's got to block this end man just long enough, hold him up so he can't chase that thing down. Notice the play side tight end takes that in step towards the D end, draws him upfield. He whiffs, ends up being trapped by the pulling guard. Note that after trapping this defensive end, his job is to go and get on the safety, just get a piece of him. And this play is almost perfectly executed. Really nice read by the running back. You see the right guard come off this double team, good double team on the 3-tech, grabbing the backside linebacker. And he just follows that off the tail end of the guard. Good little read, good run. Watch it again. Of course, Monken is an extremely detailed, nuance-oriented guy, and I think this is a very important detail for us to look at. The dealing with the backside defensive end, that he might not chase down these pulls. This time we see the backside tight end with a step into that interior gap, and if you watch real closely as he goes away, you'll see the helmet turn to the tight end, so that freezes him just for a second. You get these same two pulls. I should mention that this backside tight end in this instance, sort of pulling double duty, he's going to take this apex away from the play as well. The front side tight end is more concerned with climbing, grabbing the strong side linebacker. They're going to kick out the D end with the first puller and then lead through with the second. Watch it again. This is another GT counter call, this time right to left into the boundary. We get quick motion pre-snap, 23, and we see that Monken has both tight ends play side this time. I think it's clever the way he uses his tight ends in a sense as decoys because, as I mentioned before, they need to be accounted for as pass catchers. What you'll notice here is that the inline tight end blocks down on the C-gap defender, and number 4, the wing, climbs and gets the Mike linebacker. And what you get, in no small part, because of the quick motion of the receiver pre-snap, we get 2 receivers to the field and 2 corners to the field. And as a consequence, we get a corner or a safety to this side, taking on a pulling guard, and that's a mismatch you want. Watch it again. I'm really partial to this play. I think it gives some indication, if only a small one, into how Monken might draw up running plays for Lamar Jackson. It's a pin pull concept. Everybody's playing that game as if the play is designed to hit to our side. You could argue that the quarterback's reading the tackle. I'm going to argue that this is a call. Pull usually entails a play side guard, or in this case, a presumed play side guard in the center pulling. This is all set up, including the position of the tight end, to look like a pin pull concept to the side. Everybody's blocking back into their gap. We even see this presumed backside tackle taking part in the disguise. He's climbing as you would in a pin pull concept. You usually leave that backside end. All of that is just to sell this as pin pull and clear some space. Now he's got to outrun that backside tackle. And you can see the wide receivers blocking. Watch it again. I'm closing out the video with this play because I think it shows a real clear intent to open up the middle of the field. They actually tried this ISO insert with the wing, I think the previous series. This isn't quite the same look, but it's interesting how they kind of fold the tight end in, insert him in, and both he and the back kind of sliver through opposite A gaps. Tight end comes out, runs a quick out from that point. Again, they're clearing the middle of the field. Notice, too, how that pulls these defenders down. We are trying to get the middle of the field opened up. At the bottom of our screen, this is a very important part as well. Notice this safety in the middle of the field. Some sort of vertical pulls him. You can see that safety deep coming over to help. Notice the corners funneling this route inside, and the safety comes over and bites on that vertical. So we have this route pulling. We have the running back releasing and pulling this linebacker downhill. I can't tell exactly what kind of routes are being run here. It looks like a dig inside, and then just a follow, giving the quarterback 2 reads, and he puts it on him. Again, notice the safety in the middle of the field being pulled away by that vertical route. These 2 defenders being sucked up or in by these 2 inserts. And then you clear the middle of the field as a consequence. Now, you still got to get open, but this guy does, and the quarterback puts it on him. Watch it again.